This is a cheap digital FPV system called OpenIPC, and that's me on the verge of rage quitting trying to make it work. It all started a few months ago when Banggood reached out and asked if I wanted to try the eShine Sphere Link, which is basically the cheapest OpenIPC plug-and-play hardware you can buy, and I made the mistake of saying yes. Now if you know anything about OpenIPC, it's that it's very complicated and you kinda need an engineering degree to utilize its full potential. So when it came in the mail, I felt a little overwhelmed and let it sit for weeks, gathering dust, until UAVfutures uploaded a video reviewing the exact same hardware, which reminded me to get a move on. Now he got it working on the bench, but the video feed would cut out the moment he armed the drone. So if I can get it to stay connected while flying, I'll consider that mission success.
I'm putting it on my analog drone. I've already desoldered all the wires for the VTX and the camera, so we're going to go ahead and take that off and then put OpenIPC in it. According to this diagram on the TX, this wire goes on this side just for the battery, and like that's it. So that gives it power. And then the other one goes to just the camera. The transmitter is not actually giving any information to the flight controller. Instead, the flight controller talks directly with their camera, and the VTX only goes to the flight controller for power, nothing else. Hey, that doesn't fit. Yeah, that's a massive mounting pad. 39 by 39. That's huge. Okay, we're gonna have to like double-sided tape this down or something. Man. And it looks like we're gonna have to remove these standoffs as well. Oh man, this is getting ridiculous already before we even start. Gonna have to take those standoffs off. Wow. Now the camera is also massive. Look at this thing. It's huge. It also has a processor inside the camera, and you have to adjust the focus yourself as well by adjusting a little ring on there, like adjusting the lens itself. So the camera plugs into the flight controller. Well, it plugs into the VTX as well, but the OSD is through the camera itself. So that's kind of an interesting roundabout way of doing it. Get this thing wired up. It's my really poor quality drone here. That's why you just get binding flies, guys. I mean, what if we just like took the fan off? Okay, if I got rid of the fan, then I could like zip tie it on, I guess. Yeah, I just need to tape it on somehow. I don't have any double-sided sticky tape, so I'm gonna try duct tape it down. Yeah, not great. This is so bad. This is cooked. Time to bring out the soldering iron. This is now the most unaerodynamic drone on the planet. Camera is plugged in. Guess that means we can plug a battery in. Yep. And the fan has started going. So, receiver, plug it in to the phone. Yep. No way, that is sideways. That's the camera right side up, but the screw holes are up and down. This is getting worse. Wait, is there a way we can pull this slightly apart and like rotate it? Successfully done.
It's certainly not the prettiest build you ever saw, but I seriously have zero concern for that right now. I'm just trying to hobble this thing together for some very slow test flights.
First we're going to do a range test disarmed, and then try and fly obviously armed to see like what the interference is like that. Alright, you're going to hold this and hold this up so that it gets good connection.
No, it's okay.
Alright, so we should be able to fly all the way down there.
Goggles?
I don't have goggles.
What?
I have to just watch the phone screen. There's no goggles for this system.
Oh.
I can't see a thing on there.
Yeah, what happened? Land, quick. What happened?
That looks so bad. Alright, flying without goggles is actually a really good thing for this experiment. Alright, I'm just going to start line of sight, alright? I can't see anything on the screen.
No, it's not connected.
It just has electrical interference problems instantly. Oh, I keep dropping it when I'm trying to grab it. It's something about being armed. I have an idea. So I'm going to take the propellers off, and that way I can do the walk around test with the motors being armed. Okay, now we can arm this. I do this a bit, that way like there's a difference in mode of spinning. It just disarmed itself. Okay, well, we can take it back then. Must have thought it was a runaway, so disarmed itself. Hey, it's still connected. How? It's still connected. Okay, so that's weird. I'm gonna be honest, OpenIPC is kind of mid.
Alright, so I think I've solved the issue, but I completely forgot to record. Here's what happened. The two red power wires going to the VTX were previously connected to two 5-volt pads on the flight controller. I was a little suspicious that the voltage was dropping just a little too low when I armed the drone. So to solve that, I soldered the two positive power cables to the battery pads. I'm guessing that means it's connected pretty well directly to the battery power without any voltage regulators in the way to lower the voltage.
Alright, so we've made some little changes, and even though it's night now, we're just gonna arm it and see if we still video feed after we arm it with propellers on. I like trying to hover a bit. If we're successful, then we can fly tomorrow. Man, I sure hope this works. Yeah, the tune is way too aggressive. Simplified tuning. Alright, just turn it down to like 1.3. I have no idea what I'm doing. Maybe that'll help. Okay, it didn't cut out. That's a start. I think the pit is too high still. Okay, just one. See if that helps. Maybe it's just been too violent and like the VTX, but that shouldn't be it. That should not be it. Okay, let's try hover. It's still good. Could it be just that the pit was just too aggressive and that was messing it up? Possible. We're still connected. We just might have fixed it. So two things I did. It could be either one of those. First thing I did was change power pads from 5-volt pads to battery pad. The other thing is I turned the PID tune. It was just too aggressive. Still even is a bit. Turn it down a little bit more. They're like 0.9. So tomorrow, see if we can get a proper flight in the bright sunlight. Okay, we have daylight again. But does it still work? If you don't work, I'll rip you out and put analog back in. I'm gonna put this out here because I don't want to die. Yeah. Oh, we got video. Let's go, guys. Very bad video, but we have video. Alright, low and slow is the game. Can we go down here? No way. It's working. Obviously the latency is terrible. Man, I've never flown from a screen like this. This is trippy as. Oh yeah. I can barely see what I'm doing. Ay. It's hard flying backwards, line of sight. Alright, how far can we make it? Okay, we made it here. The breakup like confuses you as to what's happening. How far can we go? Hey, we're making it down here. That's promising. Yeah, breakup is really weird. Really trips you up. Like, I have no confidence in this thing. Alright, let's try a power loop. Oh man. It's unlike anything else, I do declare. It's kind of tricky. The latency is not the worst thing I've ever experienced. But the breakup is. Oh man, nearly lost it there. Oh, it flies. That is so much better than yesterday. Like, I can actually fly. Yeah, video feed's really bad. But hey, it's working. Oh man, the breakup is terrible. Absolutely, yeah. Go behind the tree. Man, the signal's bad. But at least we have signal. Yesterday we didn't. Okay, see if we can make it out of here alive. Okay, the latency is bad obviously, but it's flyable. I'm flying. The breakup is a different story though. Whoa. Whoa, that was bad. It makes you feel like you're moving a direction you're not. And so you're overcorrecting, and then all of a sudden you see how much you've corrected and it's too much. So it's really hard to fly through it. Yeah, this breakup, man. It's hard. I lost video midair. Still a scrappy system, guys.
So I got OpenIPC to work, and Stu from UAVfutures now owes us a part 2 for his failed attempt at it, but the real question is, am I going to keep using it, or just rip it out and put analog back in? And I think the answer is pretty obvious. Analog is still the budget king. And if you want a digital link, I don't think OpenIPC is ever getting anywhere close to the level of DJI O3 and O4.
So in my opinion, if you want a cheap build, there is literal zero reason to not use analog. There's tons of analog hardware, and there's tons of old secondhand gear that people are trying to get rid of as well, like old goggles and stuff like that. Now the only kind of person I can think of to recommend OpenIPC to, somebody who doesn't care on spending money to try something out that they will have absolutely zero use for. Anyways, that's just my opinion. If you really want to buy it, there's an affiliate link in the description. I'll get a few dollars. Check out this video next, and as always, thanks for watching.